everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good division rivalry coming up here in the AFC, and these two teams have met once already, so they are more than familiar with one another's tendencies, and maybe more importantly, their weaknesses. It's the Steelers going up against the Bengals. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Coming up, it's a rematch for last year's AFC wildcard round between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. First and 10 for Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Arthur Moats. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game, they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you hope to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Michael Johnson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. His throw caught at about the 5. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And the former Buckeye, Nugent, puts this one through, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you can come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. And in the backfield out of this starting group, you have to look out for Giovanni Bernard.
And you have to make sure you're ready to hit the spin button with this guy. Awfully exciting in the open field.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Another look for Dalton on second and 10. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
No gain on the play there, second down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Second down, Dalton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And the grab by Croft. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the... Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. A first down throw coming for Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
Roethlisberger steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Sammy Coates, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Underneath, this is Bernard. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Dalton, right's got it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And Green with a catch left side. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And it'll be Dalton again. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, Artie Burns. wins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second down following the run.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, William Jackson, the third. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just...
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I'm not sure how many people anticipated Le'Veon Bell being such a huge part of the passing offense when he came out of Michigan State. Remember how thick he was? A big, bulkier runner. Slimmed down since he got to the NFL, and that increased all aspects of his game.
Yeah, because 2 years ago, he caught 83 passes. Last year, 24, but then he had the injury. You got to think they're going to continue to get him more involved like they did there.
I don't think there's any question about it. He is an absolute game breaker with the ball in his hands.
Third down and 12. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. On now the Steelers' second-year punter. This is Australian-born Jordan Berry.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
That's taken on the 25. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. First and 10 for Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. They'll come out in the pistol. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually...
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it'll be Dalton again. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 76 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And good starting field. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Going for the deep ball. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. To throw here, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Second and 10. Dalton once more. And he's got his man on the out route. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios, where Larry Ridley's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. A strong running. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Second down, Dalton. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Dalton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
And he's got some space here. They give him a gain of 37.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got time. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The 38-year-old veteran. How does he do it? James Harrison in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And they're going to speed things up here.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that?
He's got a man, complete. Give him 30 yards there. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's right.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down following the incompletion. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Try to lay one up. This is caught inside the 15. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still caught. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So they're going to go for 2. Here's Dalton to throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 20 that time. And that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
7 yards to go on second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on third down. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Stays on his feet. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They send Green to the left on his own. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Now after the score, it's Parkeon to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that is incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. On second down, it's Bell. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Roethlisberger to throw. He finds Coates complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
And, Charles, when you pull out a close game, the good thing about that is maybe next time you're in a nail-biter in the fourth quarter, you have a little more confidence.
Yeah, you're talking about your memory muscles, right? When you win those close ones, you have that confident feeling that you can continue to do so every time you're in that position.
Now, that said, you would rather win by 60 points, or do you like the close ones, too?
Well, I think everyone would rather win by 60. It's comfortable. Everyone gets to play. But when you win those nail-biters, dinner tastes just a little bit better that night.
So for the Steelers, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.